I really want to see Khamenei either killed or leaving the goddamn country. But anyway,
I want
that's my one
Khamenei.
down.
No, no, I don't want Khamenei to killed or leave the goddamn country. I want him to be captured. I'm waiting. I'm
He's a
waiting to see
coward.
him in court. I don't think he's going to run away. I'm not sure though.
By the
We'll
time they
see.
find him,
Uh,
he'll probably be under rubble, like somewhere in the
but
south of
yeah,
Iran.
I would prefer him being captured. I want him to see Iranian
Yeah.
people prosper. I think that would be the worst torture. I want him to see Iran being successful without him. Okay, let me add Arthur to the list.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say
Um,
is that hail to the people, down with the government.
okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. All right, Cat Lady. But let me see. The list that I have is Cat Lady, Helen, Jan, Dajjal, Atheist for Egypt, and Arthur. Okay, Helen.
I just wanted to ask, with all the people on the street, how does America go in and there not be any civilian casualties? I'm just curious, like, is there a way that you can identify who's a terrorist? And I mean, not terrorist, but you know what I mean.
They could bomb military
I'm
targets.
just, and that would do
They
it.
could make.
I think with all
They
the, you know, like yesterday when you guys were saying that, like, he's gathering all the, like, the king is trying to gather all the people in one place in the streets. So how does the military go in and save people without civilian casualties? I think I worry about that. And thank you so much for everything that you do.
Oh well, thank you for your support. I think if they could hit their military bases, that would be the base of operations. That would be one thing, right? That would make them
Right.
hard for them to organize and manage how they respond to the protests. And also, maybe when Prince Reza Pahlavi was saying that keep together in main places and don't go into like other areas, I think that might have been also so that it becomes easily identifiable that this is the protest area, because usually you can see that the protests are in one area and
Mhm.
the armed forces are really easily identifiable, honestly, like especially when they are the more expert anti-riot police. They usually have certain gears on. I'm sure they have the ways. And I mean, even if there are some casualties, I'm pretty sure it's not as going to be as high as how many the regime is killing itself. You know what I mean? So
I just hope it doesn't
but
backfire on Trump
yeah.
because they're after him for everything.
Well, it didn't backfire on Israel. During the 12-day war, 1,000 Iranian civilians died. But
Yeah,
Iranians
but
understood that.
And also,
America's trying to get Trump for everything. The Democrats are trying to get Trump for everything. So
Yeah,
they
but in
even
the end,
tried to
who
take
has the
away his
power?
power.
You know, in the end, what
But they
happens?
just
Because we have a lot of
they
people in the street that criticizing us, but
they
like
just
what?
tried to take away his power. They just voted in, I think, in Congress to take away his power, and then somebody said that that was against. I'm tired of the the fight
That's never
against
going to go, Helen.
the
That's never going
elected
to go away.
president.
Go away. No matter what they do, they're going to attack anyway. So it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
what you do.
I
Let's
can
go
tell
And
you
with
from
that.
the
I worry about the people on the streets. I just worry. I'm sorry.
and I
I,
want to say
I
something
appreciate
to
that.
you about this because Israel unfortunately got a lot of experience in this kind of events, and I'm sure they will give this knowledge to the people that need it because we learned the hard way, and maybe we could, I mean, it's a
in
tricky
the
situation, but everybody's doing their best efforts right now, all the nations. I mean,
in the end, there have been a lot of criticism about Israel, in particularly because we know funding from Qatar and the influence in universities, and even with all of that and all the pressure that they tried to put, it didn't matter in the end. In the end, we are winning our wars. We try to avoid civilian casualties, but I don't know a single war that doesn't have civilian casualties, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. But I promise you, with all the fuss and the noise that Democrats in the US are doing, in the end, there's a limit of what they can actually do besides talk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. And to Sapir's point, the only response to these people is to just win. to just show that all their hate had no result. Somebody just raised their hand and I didn't see. Can you please raise your hand again?
Can I go now?
And it's your turn again. Oh, Raleigh. Yes, now I remember. Okay, Helen, I also made you a premium member so that you have access to all our discussions. Okay, so Cat Lady, go ahead.
First of all, it's good to worry about the people on the street, but I want to tell you that right now they're not okay. So, you know, they're already hurt. So we need to help them. That's it. I just saw what they're showing, and they're showing the videos of the people identifying the same place that you showed. What can be the reason for them showing it? How are they spinning it? Those
Really?
fucking
That's what they're on Iranian
yes,
TV. They're
Trying to
showing the
scare the
place.
people.
yes, they're
Trying to
showing
scare the
people
people.
crying in the same place. It looks. Why? You know, the moment you said that the
What?
government is giving the bodies, it was suspicious to me. Why are they giving the bodies? They killed them.
Gaslighting.
I mean, no, but
They're,
why?
they're
Why
trying
would
to
they?
scare people. They're trying to scare people. So this is the
Gaslighting.
consequences.
Okay, but
No,
this
scaring.
it's
It's
like.
basically scaring to showing them that
But
like if you
do
come
they
out,
have
you're gonna die.
resources to do it like that right now?
It's called
I mean, they
gaslighting.
do.
I wonder how they spin it. I wonder if you can have a look, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that information. I appreciate that. On the list, I have Jan, Dajjal, Atheist from Egypt, Arthur, Michael, and Raleigh. Finally, I'm getting this right. Okay, Jen.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say to all of you that it really warms my heart to see all of you being here and caring for what's happening. It's really nice, and I appreciate all of you. I'm probably one of the few people, and maybe the only one here who's from Czech Republic, from European Union, and I just want to say to you, you have friends all over the world. The Iranian people have friends all over the world, even here in Europe. We care about you, we support you. Most of our politicians are not currently talking about Iran, but they should. Because from European perspective, we mostly care about war in Ukraine. But we must think about that Iran is ally of Russia. They're the axis of evil. Iran supports Russia.
The Islamic Republic, not Iran.
The Islamic Republic is ally of Russia. They're supporting Moscow, and Moscow supports this Islamic Republic. So if Iranian people succeed in their goal of bringing back their democracy, the Shah, and reclaiming their land, then we succeed. Because if you succeed, we succeed, and we can bring peace to this world. So thank you for that. Keep up the fight, and you will succeed and win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jan. And Jan, I also made you a premium member so that you have access to our future events, to all of our future discussions. Thank you so much for being
Did
here.
John say that EU are worried mostly about Ukraine?
No, I said that if Iran falls, it helps the Ukraine also, because Iran is the Islamic Republic is ally of Moscow, of Russia, of Putin's evil regime.
Yep.
It's all connected.
Okay, thank
you. Helen was saying that the Democrats trying to take away Trump's powers. The thing is, they're not in control of Congress. The Republicans are in control of Congress, and most of the Republicans don't want to do that. They really don't. They don't want to fuck around with that, you know. So that's not really a problem right now. Just go to the next one. I'll raise my hand again.
Okay. By the way, guys, if once I leave, you guys could stay here and continue the discussion. Okay. So if anybody wants to stay around and continue to talk, don't think that the conversation ends when I leave. Okay. All right. Atheist from Egypt.
It's nice to be with you here. I've been fan of you since 2 years. And
thank you.
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's a difficult regime to topple. But I just want to ask you about what military intervention from Trump do you think will help toppling this regime? And do you think a military coup could happen, like Abu Pahlavi military coup could happen?
I didn't understand the second part. The first part is that I think that they should hit the military bases of the regime, and I think they should hit the main politicians, starting with Rouhani. I don't think they should take out Khamenei. I think Khamenei should stay alive for the Iranian people to take to court. I think they should take out Rouhani, Ghalibaf, Zarif, Araghchi. Just taking out those politicians would be very helpful, but mostly hitting military bases. But also, if Israel is involved, Israel should prioritize defending itself. So they should probably first target the missile launchers, because the Islamic Republic might actually start a war with Israel at any moment it gets out of the situation that it is right now. And I know that they rebuilt some of their missiles and their missile launchers. So Israel should prioritize defending its own citizens. So it should go for those first.
We're also
What was
on
your
high
second
alert
question?
here. They told us to be
Yep.
prepared.
Yeah, because the Islamic Republic might actually want to attack Israel right now just so that it could basically stop the revolution from happening. What was their second question, atheist from Egypt?
Do you think Abu Pahlavi military coup could happen or not?
Military coup could happen, all right. Well, military coup. I mean, if that, I don't. I think we passed that point. Like we military coup. You mean like you mean the army joining Pahlavi against the regime, like the
Yeah,
Artesh joining Pahlavi against the regime? Yeah,
yes.
well, that's what the hope is. That's what I don't know, but that would be the most ideal outcome because it would require less bloodshed, right? But that's when you know the revolution has been successful. I don't know if you could call it a coup anymore. The Artesh joining Prince Reza Pahlavi. That's what happens at what they call 0 hour of the revolution. It's when the army realizes that this revolution is not going to be stopped in any way. So it's going to look at the leader of the revolution and it's going to pledge allegiance to the leader of the revolution. That's how usually revolutions become like the final step, the final step in a revolution. So historically, that has been when you know that the revolution is succeeding. So that's what we're aiming for. Hila, did you raise your hand? I'm gonna add you to the list. Okay. Okay. Thank you, atheist from Egypt. Thank you for. Was that all it?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Those are good questions. And I'm gonna also make you a premium member so you have access to all our events. Okay. Arthur.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Nice, nice. First of all, really, you're doing like amazing job. You and Goldie, I'm watching, and like, really, like, it's been amazing. It's been amazing to watch all the covering, and really to see all this happening live. It's it's been for me. It's been like 30, 35 years. I'm just wishing to this point to see the Iranian people finally rise and getting to this point. It's just amazing. I have friends who was born in Iran. The Israelis who were born in Iran in 76, 77 because their parents worked there. And then the relationship between Israel and Iran were great. They were amazing. And it's going to be this way again. And this really makes me happy to see
Well, I
that
appreciate that.
all the relationship is going to, yeah, and Iran will be finally a prosperous country again, like it should be. It should be.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Monsieur,
Thank you.
and all the Iranian people that now suffering in the streets is just really, it's exciting, and you can feel the pain of so many years of oppression. This should come to an end long time ago, a really long time ago. And it's here. It's just, and to see it, because really I just thought I will never, I will never see it in my own life, but I'm really happy that it's here. Sooner than I thought, actually, but amazing. Amazing. That's all.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that support. By the way, I'm gonna also make you premium, so in our future discussions, all of our future discussions, you have access to it. Thank you for being here.
Cool.
Okay. All right, Michael, and then Raleigh. Michael.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? My mic is
Yes.
good. Okay.
Yes.
So
Very good.
one thing that I find very, very interesting is like, for example, you go to channels like, the Thinking Muslim and the Hikmah History. And I remember I was watching an episode of like Hikmah History saying that the Persia, what we call it on today in history, and then he was making a tangent about how if they put Reza Pahlavi, then they'll revert back to Islam later down the line. I doubt that. I just feel like that the circumstances of today are different than the circumstances of back then. Like you can't compare from like the situation from like the 70s to 2026. Like we have more technological advances, and therefore that creates more possibilities of like making a higher income per se. And so I would disagree with like Hikmah history saying that, once they put Reza Pahlavi, then a couple years down the line it would go back to like being a Muslim regime. I disagree with that.
I do think we have to keep our guards up because if one generation passes, new generations are usually rebellious against the previous generation. If you have where generation is very anti-Islamic, the next generation, if it wants to be rebellious, maybe the people who want to spread Islam, they're going to use that against their anti-Islamic parents to try to spread Islam back to them again. So we have to be careful about that. So we can't just assume that we have won and the battle is over. Bad ideologies usually, some, communism and Islam have really good marketing ability. So we always have to keep protecting what we have achieved. So we can't just let our guard down. So it's
And I
important
like that
to be
outside
careful.
forces, like many of the Arab and even Gulf countries, will like try to like finance like some terrorist groups or whatever. Maybe the Taliban will try and like recruit people and go into Iran and do stuff like that, like terrorist attacks or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're going
That's
to have our own
my
Shia
thinking.
version of ISIS as well. Like people who are loyal to the regime right now, that's going to be a Shia version of ISIS once the regime falls. So we need to have to deal with them security wise. That's going to be a big thing.
I just wanted to say that the reason there's probably a delay in the attack or any kind of military action on Iran by either the United States or Israel is because this wasn't exactly planned. This this sudden these sudden protests were kind of spontaneous, and unlike the situation with Maduro, they had been planning that for months ahead of time. We had a CIA mole in the palace there, and there was a lot of preparation in the lead up to that. This time around, we didn't really have that warning. So it's on the other end of the world. So we're probably getting all the logistics in place, everything in place to make sure that whenever we do take action, we not only cause the minimum amount of civilian life, but we do the most damage. And with one fell swoop, we can make the biggest impact on getting what we need done. That's all I wanted to say.
I can tell you that we had
That's a
more information than most know.
I agree. Interesting points. Okay. By the way, Riley, I really like the points that you make. That's really interesting. Thank you. And also, Sapir, you also seem to have a lot of detailed information. So I'm really glad that you joined our community. Thank you for being here. Torah, this is exciting. Torah is always here. He doesn't ever raise his hand.
Hello, what's up?
Hi.
I have a simple question. I know we're gonna need a constitution to stop the Islamic virus from coming in later. I have a simple question. In that constitution, two questions. Did you think about what would be in the constitution? And do you agree that the Iranian people should have arms? Should they bear arms? Do you trust the population?
That's a
Like the
very good
Second
question.
Amendment. Eh,
You know what? I'm really in favor of Americans being armed. I think we need an expert analysis to see if we can. I'm biased towards yes, but I haven't researched this. I think, like, emotionally, I am biased towards yes, but this is not that much detailed thinking and analysis. So don't this is not an emotional response. For America, I could argue for why it makes sense in America. Okay. But in Iran, I want to say yes, I want Iranian people to be armed as well. But so if an expert comes and tells me, like, no, Armin, this is not going to work in Iran because of this and this and this, then I have to consider what they're saying. Right. Okay. Let me add some new people to the list that are raising their hands. Brittany, she raised her hand and she hasn't talked yet. Other people have. So I'm just going to go to her first. Brittany Coy.
Hi, thank you. I think it's very important, and I believe Trump said this months ago when he kind of gave his kudos to the prince, But he also understood at that time that it was the Iranian people that needed to do this. Yes, the US and many countries would be there to support the Iranian people against the regime. But out of experience, it was very important that they got to and did as much as they could. And then, when they needed the US, we would be there to assist them. That goes along with them deciding their government. The Iranian people should be the ones who elect, vote on what type of government, whether that's a
Yep.
republic or a constitutional monarchy. That's on them. We shouldn't decide that. He knows that. But again, he did say that the prince would be, in his well wishes to run, whatnot. But I just want to point that out.
Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, again, that's a good point. By the way, I also made you a premium member so that you have access to our future discussions. And yeah, I completely agree with you. I also just realized that I didn't actually properly respond to Torah with regards to the Constitution. Torah, yes, we have we Iranians have been talking about too much about our Constitution because we can't wait. So if your question was like, have you guys considered what should be in the Constitution? Yes, we overanalyze that. Like we have had so many different podcasts and YouTube channels and discussion groups regarding what's the best format of the Constitution. And some people think that we have discussed it too much because we're not there yet, and we should be focusing more on getting rid of the Islamic Republic rather than coming up with what should be in the Constitution. Because once we get rid of the Islamic Republic, we could decide then. But yes, we have been talking about that. But I'm not going to go into the details right now because that could be hours of conversations. But it's a very interesting topic for me to talk about. And we could, once we get to that point, have really interesting discussions regarding what the process is like, what's happening. So this is going to be a fun time. I want to go to David because I saw he raised his hand and he hasn't talked yet. After David, I'm going to go but you guys could stay. Whoever wants to continue the conversation here, you guys could stay here and continue the conversation. David.
Yes, I just want to say here on the Israel News Agency Facebook site, they put out a notice 13 hours ago. It says if you are in or near Fordow uranium enrichment plant, Natanz nuclear facility, Isfahan nuclear technology center, Sarah IRGC Aerospace Force Headquarters, Iman Ali IRGC base, evacuate now. So that's the Israel News Agency Facebook page. They put that on there. So I guess it would probably be a good.
Can you put the link in the chat?
Yeah, I put the link in the chat.
You did already? Oh my, okay. Can you do it again?
Oh yes, let me
it's
get
way
this.
Up there.
While he's doing it, can I say something small to you, Armin? I'm sorry that I'm
sure.
barging. I mean, the Muajdin, it's the same Muajdin is in Gaza. It's the same branch. It's not just
no
by coincidence. No, it's not
no,
the
it's
same.
Not, it's not. It's not the same. No.
Mujahideen
is a general term. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Mujahideen just means fighter in Islam. So many people would have that. David, go on. Sorry, I interrupted you. I'm not seeing the link though.
I just put the link there on there right now. Let's see if that works.
Can you hit enter? I don't see the link.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I put it into the chat. Oh, it's
Torah. Just no.
Let me put it in again here. There. Okay, I just put it in.
Okay.
Where it says send a message.
Sorry, this content isn't available right now. Weird. Is it working for the rest of you?
It looks like Cat Lady put the same link in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you, David. David, I also made you a premium member so we could have you in our all of.
Anyone else in Israel can hear the fighter jets now?
I can hear
you guys
Armin.
hear me?
I can hear you, Armin.
Yesterday I heard
Yeah,
like right now
I'm
I'm hearing like outside my window the fighter jets.